Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to give praises first and foremost to Yahweh. Shalaki, sitting on this rough. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shabarakatah. I'm Yasharala as well. Uh, I'm gonna make this a little quicker than I thought. I thought I had a place to do this, but I'm sitting on a boulder. I can't really get the image, but yeah, I'm out here. Some brews, some fellow brews of mine. Feast of Tabernacle. Um, How y'all feeling out there? Y'all feeling all right? It's a beautiful day out here in Texas. I'm out in Fort Worth right now. Um, about like 80 something degrees. It's gonna be a pretty warm day, so I'm sweating. Let me just get it right into it. Because I have to hold my phone, I have a stand for it, but I have nowhere to really put it. And yeah, let me just get straight into it. I want to talk about tabernacles. It's really my favorite high holy day. I love it. Why is it my favorite high holy day? Because uh it's I don't know. It's something about it. It brings so much peace, and it's a warm comfort that comes over me being in the tent. Any other day, I don't get that. It wasn't until I got into the truth till I really felt it, and I embrace it. Some people may have a different feeling of experience that may bring it to be their favorite high holy day. I don't know. It's my opinion, my thoughts. That's just how I feel, and I love it. I've had some bad days recently, some terrible days. Um, of course, the Most High is, definitely fighting battles for me. However, it's just uh, it's just an understanding that you have that when you're following the Most High's commandments, you're doing the right thing. You can rest in that. There's a lot of peace in it. Uh, I'm gonna shoot out some precepts because I gotta hold my phone like this. I'm gonna just how we say shorthanded. I'm gonna shorthand it. So I'm gonna start you out with Deuteronomy 16, and you can go from verse 13 through 15. But verse 13 starts out with saying, "Thou shalt observe the feast of tabernacle 7 days." You know what I mean? Like to be able to understand that that is a commandment because it said, "Thou shalt." You know what I'm saying? He letting us know, like, yo, you got to do this for 7 days. This ain't no. Well, I think he wants us to do it for a couple days or a few days out the week. I understand personally, as well as many, we all understand that we are in captivity. We got to do what we can. Some of us do have to work during these days, but there's some things that you could do to complement, such a high holy week, like pitching a tent uh, in your home, out here, pitching a tent and being merry, with your fellow brews, your ox and aquatas and family, and keep his presence close. Shalaki. It's a little painful, but for the most high, it's worth it. But just to let you know, I do have my Bible. I ain't going without it. I'm just saying, it's hard for me to to hold the phone and um, pull out the scripture, out the Bible, out the book. So yeah, verse 13, thou shalt observe the feast of tabernacle 7 days. You can also go to Nehemiah chapter 8. You can go from verse 14 through 18. Verse 14 starts out by saying, and they found written in the law that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month. Now let's highlight a couple things. One, they found that it was written in the law, which means it's a commandment. It's in one of the laws, right? That the children of Israel, who's the children of Israel? Jacob's lineage, nothing more, nothing less, right? Which is me and many of you out there, all right? That the children of Israel should dwell in booths. Booths is synonymous for tents, right? I mean, if you think about it, if you look at it, it's like a booth, right? It's like a booth. Uh, but yeah, you must pick a tent. Or if you don't have a tent, you know how we do a makeshift. Do a makeshift tent, right? Do what you can with what you got. You got a couple of chairs in your crib. You got a sheet, got a blanket. Hook it up. Throw that sheet over it. Make a pallet under it. There you go. You got yourself a tent. All right. It's not a whole lot. It's not a whole lot to it. Um, Shalom, Jazen. Uh, yeah. So oh, that the children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of the seventh month. This is the seventh month, right? Um, Going into the calendar on how it's displaying from our, I'm gonna say, pagan calendar. It's showing that we are currently in the 10th month, but the Most High knows that we are currently in the seventh month, and that's another breakdown for another time. So, like I said, you can go Nehemiah uh, chapter 8, verse 14 through 18. Or you can also go to Zechariah, right? Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16 through 19. Um, you can go to John chapter 7, verse 2. And then you can go in the same book, same chapter, just skip all the way down to 37 through 39. All right, take a check, check that out. Because it basically, to break it down, John 7 and 2 and 37 through 39 is basically saying Christ used the Feast of Tabernacles to show the outpouring of the Spirit, the living water. Okay. Uh, Khan, all is well. All is well. Shalom. Yeah, so Christ used the Feast of Tabernacles to show out the pouring, to show the outpouring Spirit, uh, the living water, because Christ is the living water, and He is the bread as well, right? Um, it's Shalaki, kill this bug. It's for for Christ to know that the Feast of Tabernacles was a big deal. It's sad to say that a lot of Christians, most, I don't want to say all, but the majority of Christians don't think it's important, or even don't even know about it at all. You know, so the Most High, you know, put it in us. He woke us up to seeing that the Feast of Tabernacles is not just um a regular week. Oh, I could just brush it off. I could do it next week. I could do it. Shoot. I could do it next month because I'm about to go out of town, so I want to be protected before I hit the road. So I just want to make sure that while I'm on the road, I got in my head, I got it down that I already took care of the tabernacle, so the Most High can protect me. Now, I don't work like that. It don't work like that. If you missed it, you missed it. Repent, and hook yourself up next year. Most high willing, we get to see it. But we are also looking for the destruction of Babylon. So, however the way the most high see fit, I'm with it, right? But yeah, it's very important to keep the tabernacles. Very important. Because even what I tell some people, on the plantation, on my job, in layman terms, um, even back in the biblical days, I use that so people can kind of grasp onto a vision. Back in the biblical days, it was a big deal to have the tents, around the Shalaki, uh, to have tents around the border of the wall of the. I'm having a brain fart, Shalaki. Uh, uh, why? Um, Around the um uh, shoot. Uh, Shalakia. Oh shoot. Darn it. I can't I'm can't even think right now. But yeah, it's very important that we set up our tents, because it's symbolic, and it's a spiritual reference to being closer to the most high. It's very important that you stay clean. Any any uh, evil hatred that you have in your heart towards your brother, any any sins that you haven't repented for or anything like that, now is a great time to remove yourself from that and be closer to the Most High with the rest of us, right? Because it's really sacred. It's extremely, extremely holy to be close to. Man, Shalakia, it'll come to me. Um, it, it, to be close to the Most High, you'll feel it. You feel His presence. You feel something that you never felt before, and if you embrace it and you don't push it away, you'll see miraculous changes throughout your days, weeks, and years to come. You wouldn't have to say, "Man, I wonder how that happened." Like, I wonder what made my days go so much easier, and I have so much favor amongst many. Well, because the Most High recognized what you did. He recognized that you fasted. He recognized that you prayed. He recognized that you stood fast in the laws. He recognized that you wearing your fringes and that you walk that walk that the Most High want us to. Um, he's making sure that that we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing, and if we don't, we'll be judged for it, right? And it's not just Israel, of course. It's the rest of it's the rest of the world, right? But most importantly, his children, us, we are going to get the real reprimand. We're just like your parents, right? Your parents is going to chastise their children uh, before the children's cousins or like their nieces and nephews. Their child is going to get the biggest hit, right? It's going to get the biggest hit, and that's where we are. We are the true loved child of the Most High. So if we mess up, what do you think our Father going to do? We can't run. We can't hide. We live with him. We live in his house. We can't say, "Oh man, I'll go see him like next week." I'll see him next month. Hopefully, he forget. You calm down. No, we definitely live in his home. Where's his home? This whole planet is his home. We can't run from him. No matter what country we go to, no matter what city, no matter how much money we got, we can't run from him. Sure, we see the carnal side. We see the carnal side to things. All the wealthy people having all the money and riches and all the places to go, the things to do, being the in crowd, things like that. Some people that's jealous and envy of that. Most High ain't feeling that. You like, man, whatever, man. Because if you was following my law, statutes, and commandments, you wouldn't even be out here this Friday night at the club, or you wouldn't be out here talking to other men's wives or to be wives, and you're just gonna um defile them. You're gonna put it to where they're not gonna want to recognize their virtue. It could get like that. So stay close and true to the Most High. He do love us. Because if the Most High didn't discipline us or chastise us or judge us, how do we know that he loves us? Anybody that got children or somebody you love, you're not gonna let them do something they're not supposed to do. You're not gonna encourage them to do anything wrong that could jeopardize their life or their family life or anybody's life around them. Like, hey, that's not safe, man. I wouldn't do that. Because if you do that, then they're gonna come looking for us. They're gonna come looking for you because I'm with you. I have nothing to do with that. I could be liable for what you're getting. You know what I mean? Or they can get me just to get to you. Whatever the case. Or, you might have a warrant out. Just anything, stay sharp. Stay sharp. We got plenty of turn up days. We got look, if you can't remember one, just remember the new moon is once a month. That is a turn up day once a month. So you got 12 right there off the bat just to start. And the dope part, another one of the dope parts about the new moon is that you could treat it like as if I want to say, for lack of better words, like Christmas, right? Like you could give you can give gifts. You can not decorate no tree, nothing like that. No, no, you just get a gift for somebody like, hey, I thought about you. You probably could use this, or I thought you may like this. give them a gift, and that's spreading cheer for on the new moon. It's a once a month thing. So if you can't remember any other high holy weekday or feast day, remember the new moon. That's a good start. It's almost like saying Proverbs, right? If there's 31 days in a month, there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. So you got uh 31 verses in a day, you know? So the Most High made sure that he equipped us with enough party days because, Israel, I ain't gonna say just Judah, but Israel love to party, man. We do. We love to party. We love to have fun. How many of y'all done went to back porch parties in the South? How many of y'all done been to relatives or some family, some friends, homes, and you know, I want to say like an old school, kind of event, to where the elders is, playing a good old. Shoot. Can y'all still hear me? If y'all can still hear me, put a one in the chat. Baba Kasha. If y'all can still hear me, put a one in the chat. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Oh, the water, brother EJ, the water. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So, um, yeah. There's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. So, like everything is for a reason. Some may look at different reasons than others, but there's always a reason. So, some that jump started me into reading the Bible, back in the day, because I didn't really used to read the Bible growing up. I just used to listen to the pastor tell us to turn to this page, turn to that page, and after church we was done, right? But nah, once I learned that Proverbs had 31 chapters in it, I try to make my 31 day reading. Like some people have a 31 day calendar that has sayings and quotes on it, right? Or open up a fortune cookie 31 times, whatever, whoever, however, I don't care. If it ain't the Bible, it don't concern me. So yeah, so there's always a new moon as long as the Most High, um, as long as the Most High is willing to keep it up in the sky, which He is, right? Obviously, right? So there's always a new moon. There's a there's other fun ones too, because I know the Feast of Tabernacles is my number one favorite high holy day, and my next favorite high holy week. My next favorite feast day is, I mean, to be honest, um, it used to be Destruction of Nicanor, but it kind of moved to slot three, next to next to feast blowing trumpets, Shalaki. I almost said shofar. Feast of blowing trumpets. I love that one. I do. I actually try to do a lesson on that one, to show what I mean. Honestly, this boulder that I'm sitting on is extremely painful. Like, pause, but I don't know if I could show you, but it's like a boulder that I'm sitting on, and hey, it's worth it for the Most High's work. I had to find some place, right? It's a lot of people out here camping, some on vacation. Many of us brews out here, some holding their own class, or, having their own thing. So I just wanted to dip off in private, so that way I'm not too loud. And, some people actually still sleep, believe it or not. It's 12:40 in the afternoon over here. Some people still sleep. So, yeah. Let me see. And I got one more for right now. Exodus 23. Exodus 23, verse 14 through 17. And if you look that up, basically it's the Feast of Tabernacles was also called the Feast of Ingathering, symbolizing Israel back to the Most High. So like I was saying, you got to gather together, gather amongst your brews, your family, in the spirit of the Most High. You know, that's 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 what that sums up to be. So yeah, uh, Shalakia. This was, because it's soon to be over, but for speaking of y'all, this was a beautiful Feast of Tabernacles. I mean, last year was beautiful. This year the weather is great. So I see I'm sweating out here, Shalaki. But yeah, the weather's great, and we feast up, be merry, party, and just have good, safe fun, man. There's no craziness going on. We are protecting each other. We're protecting each other's children, making sure our children are safe. It's a lot of deer out here. Believe for real, it's a lot of deer. And they just, they with their family. So when we see like a baby deer or something like that, we make sure that, the children don't try to go over and play with them and stuff like that, because we know that the mother or father is around, and, little stuff like that. But yeah, we all good. Some brews going fishing and some on the boats and stuff. It's nice. It's real peaceful. But I'm really waiting for the kingdom, because it's gonna be way better than this. Yes, 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 yes. And to keep the tabernacles in the kingdom is gonna be fire. Yo, the creativity on that. Oh man, could you imagine? Whoa. Yo, I'm excited. I'm excited. For real. But yeah, I just thought spread that information. Shalakia, I'm kind of holding myself with one arm. Uh, couldn't really open the book. I thought it was a table over here. I guess they must have removed it. I think it was one over here last year. Psych, got me. No, yeah. So, uh, all right. Well, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all tabernacles, and be safe out there, and stay in the spirit. And yeah, much love, Israel. All right. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.